Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Sun's transit into Sagittarius in December. Now, if you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Okay. So, Sun's moving into Sagittarius, everybody. It'll be there from December 15th to January 13th of 2024 and 2025, respectively. There will be a new moon taking place on December 30th. And a full moon taking place on January 13th. We're going to talk about all this. But remember, these are your Vedic Sidereal placements, not your Western Tropical, especially for new viewers. I don't go off of Western Tropical. Vedic Sidereal is far more accurate, especially if you want to know what's going to happen in a person's life. Whereas Western astrology is more focused on personality traits and a person's psyche and things like that. Even though I believe Vedic astrology can do that just as well too. I don't think many Vedic astrologers focus on that though. Anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. But if you don't know your Vedic sidereal placements, you can look up a birth chart calculator online or get a much more detailed birth chart from my website that even includes your Navamsha and other divisional charts, nakshatras. Nakshatras being constellations for those that don't know. Okay. Well, we're going to kick things off with Aries. But first, I read your signs, your transits, from your ascendant, from your moon, and from your sun. Ascendant is the ascendant of your birth chart. It's your overall path in life. The moon. You have to look at transits from the moon, because the moon is how you think and feel about your reality. Sun is your soul. So you have to look at what is the soul experiencing in this life, in this reality. So you look at transits from all 3 points, and you triangulate what's going to happen. Now, that's not easy, but that's how you do it. Okay. So, yeah, let's jump into it with Aries. Alright, Aries. So for you, Aries, Sun is transiting in your 9th house, in the sign of Sagittarius. But first, let's talk about this. Well, hold up. Gotta double check. Which one's happening first? Okay, new moon's happening first. Alright, we'll talk about the new moon then. Alright. So, Sun's transiting in Sagittarius, your 9th house. 9th house is your father figures. It's your mentors, your teachers, your gurus. It's religion, philosophy, the law. It's higher education. It's publishing. It's your luck and your fortune. It's also long distance travel and pilgrimage. So this is where you're going to be focused, because Sun shines a spotlight. You will be focused on this house. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So there will be something new tied to these areas of life that I've just mentioned. But now, let's talk about that full moon. So the full moon will be taking place after that new moon. Now, full moon will be taking place in the 3rd house. So a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their peak. So there's something that will have you being emotional, feeling emotional, tied to the 3rd house. 3rd house is your younger siblings, your cousins, your neighbors. It's social media, the internet. It's your skills. It's marketing and sales. It's arts, sports. It's travel, especially short distance travel, but it's travel of all kinds because it's 12th from the 4th, furthest place from your homeland, so it can even be foreign travel. It's communication of all kinds, including writing. It's the house of self-efforts. It's also 8th from the 8th. Higher form of sun ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort is seen through the 3rd house. So you'll be emotional, tied to this 3rd house. This could be something to do with a younger sibling. This could be you're emotional about some communication that you received. This could be tied to travel. This could be tied to something you're learning. Because 3rd house is your skills. You're acquiring new skills. Okay. But yeah, that's what I have for you though, Aries. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus. For you, Sun is transiting in Sagittarius, your 8th house. Now, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines a spotlight. So the spotlight's being shown on the 8th house. And there will be a new moon taking place there. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. Now, 8th house is sex. It's the occult. It's research. It's your in-laws. It's joint finances and relationships and business. It's death, wills, inheritance, estates, legacies, taxes. It's psychological baggage. It's surgeries. It's sun ups and downs and transformation. So you're going to be focused on these areas of life. Maybe there's a new event. Maybe there's something going on with your, in-laws when that new moon takes place. Maybe there's a pickup in your sex life. Maybe there's something to do with an inheritance. Maybe you have to get a surgery. Maybe there's something that suddenly happens and transforms your life. But that's what we see with a new moon taking place here and with sun transiting there. Now, there will be a full moon taking place right after that. Or, about 2 weeks after that. Now, the full moon will be taking place in your 2nd house. So a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. So you'll be emotional, tied to the 2nd house. 2nd house is your family. It's your earnings, your savings, your finances. It's your possessions. It's what you value. So with this, we see you'll be emotional, either tied to family matters or finances, or tied to your possessions. There will be something that makes you emotional that day, tied to those areas of life. Now, 2nd house is also speech, so you may have some emotional speech that day. Okay, that's what I have for you though, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini. Okay, for you, Gemini, Sun is transiting in your 7th house in Sagittarius. And the Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. So the spotlight's being shown on that 7th house. And there will be a new moon taking place there. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, 7th house is relationships, marriage, business partner. It's the masses. All the people you meet out in the world is the 7th house. 7th house is the furthest place away from you, so it can even be tied to foreign places. Far off places. So, with sun being here, the spotlight's being shown on these areas of life. Maybe there's something significant with relationships, especially when that new moon takes place. Maybe there's something significant going on with business. Maybe you're interacting with a lot of people during that month. But after this new moon, there will be a full moon. The full moon will take place in the 1st house. Full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to the 1st house. Well, 1st house is you. It's your physical body. It's your personality. It's your overall life. So you're going to be emotional. And it's going to have to do with you. Maybe you're not liking your health. You're wanting to improve it. Maybe you're just unhappy with the state of your life. But you will be emotional, tied to that first house. Okay. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer. Sun is transiting in Sagittarius, your 6th house. Now, Sun is the brightest in the sky. It will shine a spotlight on that 6th house. And there will also be a new moon taking place in that 6th house. So a new moon is a new event taking place in your life. Okay. Now, 6th house is your maternal aunts and uncles. It's your pets. It's your coworkers. It's your enemies. 6th house is your everyday work, everyday routines. It's competition. It's conflict. It's legal disputes. It's obstacles. It's health issues and accidents. It's also debt. So you're going to be focused on these areas of life, and something new will take place there. Maybe there's some new health issue. Maybe you get sick. Maybe you get a pet. Maybe you're competing. Maybe you have to do battle with an enemy. Okay. But we do have a full moon taking place in your 12th house a couple weeks after that. So, full moon is when your emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to the 12th house. Well, 12th house is bed pleasure, sex and sleep. It's anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. It's spirituality. It's foreign people, foreign places, foreign travel. It's losses of all kinds, including financial. It's investing, because when you invest money, you're temporarily losing money. It's donating. 12th house is also addictions and fantasy and imagination. So you'll be emotional tied to this house. Maybe you're dealing with losses in your life, whether financial or otherwise. Maybe you're feeling very alone. Maybe you just want to get away. But that's what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. Moving on to Leo. Alright, Leo. For you, Sun is transiting in your 5th house of Sagittarius. And there will be a new moon taking place here. Now, Sun is the brightest in the sky. It will shine a spotlight on this house. You will have to focus on it. And a new moon is a new event taking place in your life. Very simple. So 5th house is romance, fun and games. It's children, students, subordinates. It's politics. It's creativity. It's arts, it's sports. 5th house is education. 5th house is 8th from the 10th house. Sun ups and downs and transformation of your career. So 5th house is seen for promotions. 5th house is seen for... My phone is going off. Damn it. I think somehow I got into the couch. I'm not even dealing with that right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Okay. Anyways. 5th house is also speculative gains through stock market, through gambling, through business. Okay. So with this, we see you'll be focused on these areas of life. Maybe there's something going on with your children, especially when that new moon happens. Maybe there's something new going on in your education. Maybe you're going on winter break or something like that. But expect something significant to happen when that new moon takes place. And outside of that, you'll just be focusing on this house. Now, the full moon will be taking place in the 11th house in Gemini. So, full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. Now, 11th house is your elder siblings, your paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle. It's large organizations, large gatherings, parties. It's stock market, it's gains, it's your hopes, wishes, and desires. So here we see you'll be emotional tied to this. Maybe your brother's in poor health. Maybe you're having issues with your friends, having fights and conflicts with them. Maybe you're feeling like an outcast because you weren't involved, you weren't invited to a party or something. Maybe you're emotional because you're not making enough money. You want to make more. But these are the kinds of things we can see with this. Okay. That's what I have for you though, Leo. Moving on to Virgo. Alright. So, Virgo. For you, Sun is transiting in your 4th house in Sagittarius. And there will be a new moon taking place here. Now, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun's going to shine a spotlight on the 4th house. You will have to focus here. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event in your life. So 4th house is your mother figures. It's home, land, real estate. It's vehicles. It's your comfort and your happiness. So you will have to focus on this house. And there will be a new event that takes place here. Maybe there's something going on with your mother. Maybe you find out there's a plumbing issue in your home. Maybe you're getting a new car. But these are some examples of what we can see here. Now, after that, there will be a full moon taking place in the 10th house. So a full moon is when the moon is full. It's when emotions are at their fullest. So you will be emotional tied to the 10th house. 10th house is your career. It's your status, your fame, your reputation. It's your workplace, your managers, your bosses. It's government, especially national government. 10th house is your karmic actions that the world notices. It is the highest house of karma. So even if you're retired or out of work, 10th house is still important. So you'll be emotional tied to the 10th house. Now, in the US, this makes sense. I believe the transition to Trump taking the presidency is in January. Can't remember. I think it's sometime in like mid-January, right around when the full moon is. So, you could be emotional tied to the government. You could be emotional tied to your career. Maybe you get a bit of infamy, in your life during this time, especially with Mars in the 11th, retrograding into the 10th. There could be a bit of infamy there. Notoriety that you're dealing with. But alright, that's what I have for you, Virgo. Moving on to Libra. Alright, Libra. So, for you, Sun is transiting in Sagittarius. And there will be a new moon taking place here. Well, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun's going to shine a spotlight on this 3rd house. Sun's saying you have to focus here. And with the new moon, there will be a new event taking place here. So, 3rd house is your younger siblings, your cousins, your neighbors. It's communication of all kinds, including writing. It's marketing and sales. It's your skills. It's social media. It's the internet. It's art. It's sports. It's short distance travel, but it can even be foreign travel because it's 12th from the 4th. 3rd house is self-effort. It's 8th from the 8th. So it's the higher form of sudden ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort. So you have to focus here. And there will be a new event here. Maybe something new is taking place for your younger sibling. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're learning a new skill. Now, there's also a full moon taking place in your 9th house. Now, Moon, when it's full, your emotions are full at their fullest. So you will be emotional, tied to the ninth house. Ninth house is your father figures. It's your mentors, your teachers, your gurus. It's religion, philosophy, the law. Ninth house is long distance travel, pilgrimage. It's higher education, especially beyond like a bachelor's degree. Ninth house is publishing. It's also your luck and your fortune. So maybe there's something going on with your father. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're publishing something. But these are some of the things that we can see with this. Alright, that's what I have for you, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. Alright, Scorpio. So, Sun is transiting into Sagittarius, your second house. And there will be a new moon taking place here. Well, Sun is the brightest in the sky. It's shining a spotlight here. And Sun shows where you have to focus. And there will be a new event taking place here, because that's what a new moon represents. So, second house is your family. It's your finances, your earnings, your savings, your bank account. It's your possessions. It's what you value. It's your speech. It's even your face. And there will be a new event taking place here. Maybe there's something going on with your family. Maybe you're getting a tooth pulled. Getting an eye exam. Maybe you have a speech to give. Or something going on with your finances. But there will be a full moon taking place in the 8th house. Full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to this 8th house. Well, 8th house is sex. It's the occult. It's research. It's your in-laws. It's joint finances and relationships and in business. It's death, wills, inheritance, estates, legacies, taxes. It's psychological baggage. It's surgery. It's sudden ups and downs and transformation. So maybe someone had passed away in your life and now you're going to their funeral. You're emotional. Maybe there's something going on with your in-laws. You have a big fight with them. Maybe there's the end of a relationship. Maybe you're having sex. Maybe you find out you are fucked when it comes to your taxes. But these are just some examples of what we can see with this. Okay, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So, Sun is transiting in your first house. Sun is the brightest in the sky. It shines a spotlight. So the spotlight's now on your first house. You have to focus there. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event in your life. So first house is you. It's your physical health, your body. It's your personality. It is your overall life. So maybe there's a big change taking place in your life with this new moon. Maybe you get into an accident. Have some health issue. Get sick. So now you're having to focus on your body. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you decide you want to do something to improve your health. Maybe you go see a doctor that day when that new moon takes place. But overall, this month, you're going to focus on you. Mid-December to mid-January is when you become self-centered. That's your karma. Alright. There will be a full moon taking place in your 7th house. Full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to the 7th house. 7th house is relationships, marriage, business partner. It's the masses, all the people you meet out in the world is the 7th house. It's furthest from you. because it's directly opposite the first house. Meaning 7th house can even be a foreign, far-off place. So maybe you're emotional because of a relationship or because of business. But this is what we see will take place for you, Sagittarius. Alright, moving on to Capricorn. Alright, Capricorn. So, for you, Sun is transiting in your 12th house in Sagittarius. Sun is the brightest in the sky. It shines a spotlight. So now the spotlight's on that 12th house, and you have to focus there. And there will be a new moon taking place there. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, 12th house is bed pleasure, sex and sleep. It's spirituality. It's anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. It's losses of all kinds, including financial. It's investing, because when you invest money, you're temporarily losing money. It's donating. It's foreign people, foreign places, foreign travel. It's multinational companies. It's addictions, it's fantasy, it's imagination. It's even other worlds. So, with Sun transiting here, you have to focus on these areas of life. Hell, when that new moon happens, maybe you meet an alien. Because aliens are the 12th house. They come from other worlds. Maybe you're having a spiritual experience. Maybe you're having sex. Maybe you're going to jail. Maybe you're dealing with financial losses. But these are some of the things that we can see with Sun in the 12th house. Now, there will be a full moon taking place in the 6th house. So, full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to the 6th house. 6th house is your maternal aunts and uncles. It's your pets. It's your coworkers. It's your enemies. 6th house is debt. It's conflict. It's competition. It's legal disputes. It's your everyday work, everyday routines. It's obstacles. It's health issues and accidents. So you'll be emotional tied to this house. Maybe there's something going on with your health. Maybe that leads you to having to go to a hospital. Could be something going on with a pet that has you emotional. Maybe you're failing over and over in your work. Maybe you're drowning in debt. Maybe you're being defeated by an enemy. These are just some examples of the things you could be emotional about tied to that 6th house and its themes. Okay. That's what I have for you though, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius. So Sun is transiting in your 11th house. Sun is the brightest in the sky. So, Sun shines the spotlight. You have to focus on the house where Sun transits. So in your case, it'll be the 11th house. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event. Okay, so 11th house is your elder siblings. It's your paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle, large organizations, large gatherings, parties. It's stock market, it's gains. It's your hopes, wishes, and desires. It's also the gain of your status, because it's second from the 10th house. So, you have to focus on this house, and there will be a new event taking place there. So maybe there's something going on with your elder siblings. Maybe you make a new friend. Maybe you gain financially. Maybe you buy a new stock. Or your stocks are growing. Maybe you have a new desire. Maybe one of your wishes gets fulfilled. But there will also be a full moon taking place after that new moon. Full moon will take place in the 5th house in Gemini. So full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to the 5th house. 5th house is romance, fun and games. It's children, students, subordinates. It's education. It's politics. It's creativity, arts, and sports. 5th house is 8th from the 10th house. Sudden change and transformation of your career. Sudden ups and downs of your career. So, it could be that you're getting a promotion. Or you could be getting fired. You could be transferred. Could be something new going on in your education. 5th house is also speculative gains in stock market, gambling, and business. So, maybe you win the lottery. Now, whether or not you will, your birth chart has to be seen for that. Transits won't tell us jack about that. Transits are the last thing a good astrologer looks at. But there could be something going on with your child where you get very emotional. Or maybe your children get very emotional. Maybe you're having fun. Maybe you have a very romantic experience. Okay. But that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Or Sagittarius. Hell, Aquarius. Ugh. I meant Aquarius. Alright. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Alright, Pisces. So, Sun is transiting in your 10th house in Sagittarius. Sun is the brightest in the sky. It shines a spotlight wherever it transits. So you have to focus on this 10th house. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event. And the 10th house is your career. It's your fame, your status, your reputation. It's your workplace, your managers and your bosses. It's government, especially national government. It's your karmic actions that the world notices. It's the highest house of karma. So even if you're retired or out of work, this house is still important. So you have to focus on these areas of life now. Work is highlighted for you here. Whether it's your work in a job or your karma you have to perform in this world. Which for most people is tied to their work. Now, there could be a new event taking place in work. Maybe you get promoted. Maybe you get a new coworker. There we go. Maybe there's something new going on in your government. Maybe you're focused on increasing your reputation, improving your reputation. Now, there will be a full moon taking place a couple weeks later in Gemini, your 4th house. Full moon is when emotions are at their fullest. You will be emotional, tied to this 4th house. So 4th house is your mother figures. It's home, land, real estate, it's vehicles. It's your comfort and your happiness. So maybe there's something going on with your mother. Or maybe your mother's very emotional. You could be emotional about a home. Maybe you're losing a home. Maybe you're renovating a home because you find out it has termites or plumbing issues. Maybe your car breaks down. But you will be emotional tied to this 4th house. So yeah, that's what I have for all of you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.